Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We're going to taste one of the classics for you, a Barolo, all the way from Italy. And then what do you call them? The king of?
The king of wines and wine of kings.
Hey, so we're going to look forward to this one, and we're going to taste it now. So let's first of all, here is the bottle and the label. Now I have to say a big thank you, because this is a birthday present from Nikki. Thank you, the beautiful Nikki. Thank you so much, Nikki, for this.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I mean, Barolos are really, and in fact I'm a little bit upset with Nikki, because you shouldn't have spent, because I know that sort of these, what was normally sort of north of £30, shouldn't have spent that much on me. So a little bit annoyed with you for doing that, but very appreciative at the same time.
And me too. I really appreciate that John's sharing this with me. So thank you, Nikki, the beautiful Nikki.
Yes, the beautiful Nikki. Okay, so shall we have a look at the colour?
Let's do that, John. Okay.
First thing I'm going to say is it's got like a almost brown, isn't it?
That's
it looks well aged.
That looks like almost like a port, a tawny port.
Yeah, this is 2020, isn't it? So
it's 2020.
5 years old.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, it looks older than that in terms of the colour, yeah.
Because of, I mean, it's not brown, is it? But there is that, like you said, it's not
red.
Bright red or ruby or a garnet or anything. It's definitely, you can see it's had some age in there, can't
Absolutely,
you?
yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
On the nose?
Let's do it.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
A lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm getting raisins.
Yeah? I'm getting cherries, but then, you know, I get cherries in everything.
Well, I don't know if it's because of what I just said about the tawny port. Maybe that again, that kind of gets you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This definitely
It smells soft and smooth and
that's it. You already think you know what you're getting into with this one.
Yeah.
And I like that. Right, John, we're just gonna have to give it a go.
We're gonna have to taste. We're gonna have to taste. Nice mouthfeel. You get your raisins now, for sure. The length is peeling off quite quickly.
Yeah, it's I must admit I was expecting a bit more from the kind of length on there, but the flavour is delicious. The flavour, it comes through nice and strong. Like you said, the raisins are in there, and what I do like is it's very, very, very smooth. In fact, I might be tempted to say too smooth. It's not fighting. You know, I guess we're getting.
I was expecting it to be more dimensional. It's very nice, smooth, but it stays.
It's got there's almost like you said the one dimensional, but it sits well on the palate.
Yeah.
But I wanted more fight from it. I wanted more to get into. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And yeah, that raisin thing does come through. The tannins are actually they're not overly apparent. They come through nicely, but it's just like a gentleman will come in and say hello, and then back off on his way. It's not overly powerful.
But the length doesn't last, does it? The taste it evaporates quite quickly, and I was from this wine I was expecting it to be just.
Yeah, with the aroma and the Barolos, you do expect that kind of, as we said in the introduction, the wine of king of wines. You expect it to be right there and really fight you, and you're getting in there and finding that flavour and that flavour. But this is very smooth, and I'm going to go as far as say easy drinking, which is no bad thing at all. But from, I mean, the nose, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
a bit embarrassing because obviously it's a gift. Thank you, Nikki. It's a bit embarrassing to mention price, but if we know the sort of price that Barolo would be, and maybe it's a little bit too easy for that sort of price level.
If you put the price into the equation there, as we have to on every single video, it is a thing, and we do know that they are, like you say, £30 upwards, which is quite a lot of money to pay. You were far too generous, Nikki, far too generous, but. For £30 upwards, I mean, we don't know exactly where, but I would have expected a bit more fight about this. I'm not saying it's a bad wine at all, but I'm just saying this is very, very, in fact, quite the opposite. It's a very easy drinking, delicious wine. But I don't. Maybe that's just what we've got in our mind. Maybe we think if you pay that much, that's what you're supposed to get.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily about it being sort of giving you a fight, so much as having layers and sophistication.
Yeah.
And this is a very nice, pleasant wine, but actually it hasn't got any layers. It's sort of quite monotone in its...
It is. It's kind of, this is near enough one of these, and I've used this description, does what it says on the tin. You know, it's nice, does the job, but no further.
Yeah, yeah.
And for the money, you would expect it to do more.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad wine at all, thank you. So we are very appreciative, Nicky. Thank you.
It makes it rather awkward, doesn't it? But obviously, in terms of giving the review, we have to...
But to be honest,
Yeah,
it's not bad wine. It's just overly priced for that.
Yeah,
That's all I'd say.
I agree. Yeah, I think that if, you know, I'm obviously so I don't know what the price was. We just know the price of
An inkling.
Yeah, an inkling. I think if this had been sort of like £15,
Yeah.
then you know, £10 to £15.
Would be more glowing review, wouldn't it?
But at double that,
Yeah.
be expecting more.
Yeah, and again, we do have to take the price into account.
Yeah.
But saying that, I'm almost finished my glass. So
Yeah, I have.
It's
It's a delectable wine, absolutely delectable. It's just whether, you know, in terms of buying another bottle, would you? I mean, if Nikki was buying one for herself, then I would say it's a little bit expensive for what you get.
Yeah, look at some of our other videos. We can recommend something for you, Nicky.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful of you though to buy it for me. I'm very honoured. Thank you. Okay, so.
Yeah, go on. So, matching.
Yeah.
Excuse me, crikey. Fish and chips. I can go right ahead and give you something for that.
Go on then.
I'm going to say this is, it's not a wild card at all. White Stilton.
Oh, White Stilton.
White Stilton.
Not Picarini.
Who?
Picarini.
Picarini.
Yeah.
Picarino.
That's her.
No, I think White Stilton's got this kind. Again, I'm looking. There's a combination of what I'm looking at here. It's the texture, because then that really crumbly, not quite as crumbly as crumble Lancashire. A bit grainier. I don't know if that's right, but it's the flavour. For me, I almost say White Stilton's very fruity and almost like ice cream.
Ooh.
There's something about that. And again, while I was just thinking that, I thought, ooh, yeah, those two together would go. I mean, I've yet to try them together, but it might be a disaster. But I think that's where we should go.
Okay, and for me, I think, you know, obviously this comes from the northeast of Italy, to the left of Milan. I just go pasta. So, you know, lasagna, ragu, you know, any meat pastas would be fine. Even, you know, probably no, I was going to say spicy meatballs, but perhaps not spicy, because this would I don't think that would no. So, you know, any sort of meaty pasta dish, this would absolutely sow down with. Yeah.
I'm growing to like it more and more as we're drinking it, but I just can't get the price out of it.
It's not a bad wine.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, move the scores.
Okay, the scores. Okay, I'm gonna.
Taking the price north of £30 into account.
I'm gonna take that into account, and this is a tough one really, because the wine is nice, but it's a lot of money. But I'm going to be generous, and because I did enjoy it. The nose, the flavour, there are things in there. So I'm going to go,
And I'm going to go 75.
74.
Okay.
So we're not too far off there.
No.
I think, yeah. I think you made a really good point earlier, John. If this was £15, be scored right up there.
Yeah, you'd get into the 80s easily with it.
Yeah, a very nice wine, but it's also a very nice price tag that goes with it.
Yeah.
So you're a lucky boy. You're very lucky, aren't you?
Yeah, very flat spent. Yeah, absolutely. Very kind of you, Nikki. Thank you very much. Now, we did have a question.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, and this one is from Sandra. Oh, I'm going to try and remember her surname. I'll get to that in a minute. We'll come back to
All
it.
right, Sandra, what's the question?
Sandra, so the question was, what should you do when you know nothing about wines and a wine waiter comes up with a wine list?
Ask their opinion. I get. So first things first, if you've got a sommelier, if you're lucky enough to have a sommelier in the restaurant, which I don't know, not every restaurant does have them, but if you haven't got a sommelier, use them. They are so helpful. I've said this before on this channel. They're a couple of steps above me in their wine journey.
Oh, not because of height?
No. Well, probably that as well. I mean, but it's their job to decide what wine you're having with that food, and it's not based on price. It's going to be based on what they think, and they will take. I can assure you, because I know this from when I had the shop. I take great pleasure of finding a wine that someone like, you know, it might take in the shop. It's a different thing, but the sommelier will know exactly what wine is going to go with that food. And if you enjoy it, that will give them immense pleasure if they've helped you on your way there. But if it is a waiter, not a sommelier, they should still have a good knowledge of what's on that list and what food you're ordering. So yeah, that's the only advice I can give you, really. Because if you don't really know your wines, because it can be a minefield. So don't be afraid to ask the waiter or the sommelier, and don't feel embarrassed. You don't have to know every wine. Even I don't. If I go to a restaurant, I'll look at it, and there's so many of them. Sometimes you get booklets of it, and it's like, where do you even bloody start? So yeah, asking the wine, the waitress, waiter, or sommelier way forward. They know far better than I do, or you would.
I think the only difficulty for me, I tell you where you're coming from, it is Sandra Ritchie, by the way. I've just looked down there, Sandra Ritchie, so thank you, Sandra, for the question. Yeah, I think the only thing is that if, for example, you're going out with someone and your partner, if you're a partner and you know each other, you can be then it's quite easy to say to someone there, this is my budget, can you, and this is what we're eating, can you recommend a wine? But if you're going out on a first date, you don't want to be seen like a cheapskate and say, can you recommend a wine? By the way, I only want to spend £5.
No, I kind of get that, but again, I would have more respect for somebody who, if I was on a first date, heaven forbid, if I was on a first date, I'd have, and the person was choosing the wine, I think I would have more respect for them asking the waiter and admitting, I don't really have much knowledge, so I'm going to hand this over to you, rather than playing that kind of confident, well, we'll pick that one and then it doesn't go with your food. Yeah,
except, as I say, they could be then coming back with like a £60 bottle of wine.
Yeah, budget. Well, even then, there's nothing wrong with saying, look, my budget is this amount. I don't.
I'd get it when you were a partner, but if it's a first date, I can imagine it being a bit.
Okay.
A little bit. I would anyway, I don't want to be seen to be this. Well, they get to know me.
I'm gonna say.
They know I'm a cheapskate. But I don't.
It's all everybody knows, John. Everybody knows.
Yeah, but
first impressions. I get it. You could just say, look, I don't want to spend over 30 quid.
Stupid, yeah. I don't want to be stupid.
Yeah, I don't want to spend over that. What would you recommend? I reckon, yeah.
Yeah,
that's not too. I think
another thing to save embarrassment is just excuse yourself as if you're going to the toilet and then grab the sommelier and say, I just want to.
Yeah, have a quick word.
Yeah. So I don't embarrass myself. Do it.
They'd
be cool with that.
Of course they would.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys. Well, that was fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nikki. We will look forward to sharing another glass of wine with you in the very near future. In fact, in a week's time. So if you want to see the wine in a week's time, then click on the little bell and it go clang, 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 and you'll be notified as soon as our next video is released. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Excellent. And so until the next time, guys.
Thanks, Nicky.
Thanks, Nikki. Chick chin.
Chin chin.